The greatest battle in the world is on the eve of breaking. Please God it may terminate successfully for us.
We were told it would be a walkover. Of course, we might expect to be sniped at by a stray German, naturally.
Suppose one should lose one's head and get other men cut up. Suppose one's legs should take fright and refuse to move.
On the morning of July the 1st, 1916, 120,000 British soldiers, most of whom are volunteers, prepare to fight the greatest battle of the First World War. This is the story of one of the bloodiest days in the history of warfare. Modern weapons made killing possible on a shocking scale. 20,000 soldiers killed in a single day of fighting. At the end of 1915, the Great War is not going well for Britain and France. After a year and a half of huge effort and heavy losses, large parts of France and most of Belgium remain under German occupation. Both sides have dug in, and a line of trenches stretches from the Channel to Switzerland. In early 1916, in an attempt to break the stalemate, the Allies agree to a joint summer offensive. The area they choose to launch this attack is a 26-mile section of the Western Front in northern France by the River Somme.
There's a superior view up here, sir.
This is more like it.
It's very good drainage, sir.
No more sitting in the mud in Flanders.
The man in charge of Britain's part in the summer campaign is the newly promoted commander of the Fourth Army, General Sir Henry Rawlinson.
It is capital country in which to undertake an offensive. For the observation is excellent, and with plenty of guns and ammunition, we ought to be able to avoid the heavy losses which the infantry have always suffered on previous occasions.
The British and German trenches are divided by an 18-mile-long strip of no man's land, running from the village of Serre in the north to the River Somme in the south. Rawlinson's objective is to drive the Germans from their trenches and liberate the territory they have held for the last year and a half. This will be his battlefield. Under Rawlinson's command is a brand new army. The Fourth Army is made up largely of civilians who had volunteered 18 months ago at the outbreak of war. Typical of this new army are the 22nd Manchester Battalion. They arrived in France in February 1916. Captain Charlie May is an aspiring author with a wife and baby daughter back in England. He kept a diary of his time on the Somme.
We go because it is right and proper we should. One is supposed to have, as a soldier going into action, no other desire than some high-souled ambition to do or die for his country. Reality, I'm afraid, falls far short.
Unlike Germany and France, Britain did not have a vast standing army to mobilize at the outbreak of war. Minister for War Lord Kitchener realised Britain needed a much bigger army if she was to influence the war in Europe. He appealed for 100,000 volunteers. Within 5 months, 2 million men had responded to the call. A year and a half later, many are on their way to the Somme. Like thousands of others, Cyril José lied about his age to enlist. He volunteered to the 2nd Devonshire Battalion when he was just 15. He regularly writes to his mother and sisters Ivy and Myrtle, back home in Cornwall.
That's my sister, and that's my mum.
Dearest Mert, we have just come back from church parade and Holy Communion. Chaplain asked me my name and where I came from. Asked me how old I was too. Of course, I couldn't tell a chaplain a fib, so I told him. Patted me on the back, said, "Splendid, splendid." Not bad of him, was it?